Well, Saturday morning, or wait, what time is it? It's Saturday afternoon. It's 2 o'clock. Um, and I'm in my basement warehouse. I don't know what to call this place. It's my basement. Okay. And I I lost all my inventory on TCG Player. Um, uh, Earlier in the week, it was sitting at like 14,000 cards. I think it was just shy of that. And now today, I'm sitting at like 10,300 and some change, maybe close to that. And so in 4 or 5 days, I've adequately restocked my inventory back on TCG Player. And there's only a couple of ways I've been doing this. First and foremost, I am listing some cards manually by hand. So if that's like, going through like my One Piece bulk or my Magic bulk, and then just listing those individually. Lorcana, because you can't use the software that TCG Player offers. I use Lorcana, like I have to do that all by hand. Same thing with One Piece; they don't have that, and you don't get the ability to put any of those in direct. So those are all like indirect sales through your marketplace versus through TCG Player Direct. So, but in turn, pardon my office, it's or my area, it's kind of messy just because I've got a lot going on and trying to do it all at one time. But I'm going to show you. I'll flip the camera on here, and then I'll show you um, just kind of the little setup I have, where I'm at right now, how I'm organizing some things and getting things moving. I'm still struggling here. Like, is this really worth it? Like, does it make sense to do this, continuously, or um, should I venture somewhere else, do something different? Right? I don't know. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So again, messy areas, but don't judge me. So this is one of the boxes that I have. It's listed in order of the sets based on when they've come out. I've completed Paldea, Scarlet Crown, and Silver Tempest. I'm currently working on Lost Origin. I'm in the L's right now. The Decays, and I'm in the L's right now. So this is all just random bulk that probably will not get used because it's damaged in some way. So this is all near mint bulk that I have. As you can see, Ledwick, that card's damaged. Look at that. So that one's going over there. Okay. Um, so here we'll go with the love disc. Um, so you'll see it's all near mint. That one's not near mint either. Yeah, see, so I have to sort all of these as I go through them. I have to sort them all and then condition them all. That one's pretty good. So, um, but there's that, and then I go over here, and then this is where it's all being like custom sorted down. So, I'll take all of this and I'll begin to sort it out. So Litwick, Lumion, Litleo, Lumion, Litwickly, Lickitung, whatever, Licky Licky, Lost Vacuum, so forth. And I'll do this to every letter in the alphabet, all the way down. So there's a second pile. I'll do all of this, and then I'll just scoop them all up, and I'll take whatever's out of this box, and I'll throw them into here. Now, this is a little different. So this is TC Player's Quicklist software. Um, and as you can see, I already have some cards started in here. Um, all the way down. So I'm in the L's, obviously. And then this is the SnapScan SnapScan S1500. So Fujitsu Snap Scanner. My $1 bin for the dollar store. Um, this is things probably saved my life right now. This has probably saved my life when it comes to doing all the sorting. Um, so this scanner is a document scanner. That's all it is. So that's literally all it does, is it's supposed to scan documents. And I've had to modify it quite a bit. Like, there's some dust on it that I'll clean off here in a second. But these edges were digging into cards, and there's more edges down in here, down below, down here. And then these rollers had to get sanded because they were digging into the cards as I was doing it. And then they would cause some problems with the cards. They would all have run lines on them, and I didn't want that. So I had to sand all of this down, and then eventually I had to put some electrical tape, and I'll change the electrical tape out from time to time. But I've only been doing this for like a month, and it works really, really well. So um, that's the scanner. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it out real quick. I usually do a deeper clean on it where I'm cleaning the actual scanning bed, which is that clear bar down there, and then I'll like alcohol the wheels off and rub a little alcohol around on pads, so that way it's done. Okay, so all brushed, aired out, so there's not dust getting on scanner pieces and so forth and so on. So we'll shut that up. Okay, so once I've got everything like sorted out, then I'll scan it. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. Okay, so now I've got them all done. They're all set. There's the cards. They're gonna go into the L's for Lost Origin, and then I would go and move on to the B's. Now here in the software, you'll see a couple of things that have gone on. So you can see my mouse moving. You'll see that there's some indicators here, like they got this like caution sign on some of these. So like here's the Haunter. What this is doing is this is asking me, hey, are we sure this is the right card for the right set? So I double click on it and it gives me some options, and then it tells me the probability of like the scan certainty of it. I know this is Lost Origin because I have it. I have all of it Lost Origin, and of course I forgot to change it to Lost Origin up here, so that's kind of why it's getting its like uncertainty questions. But then Lampet, right? Lost Origins, another Lampet, which is supposed to scan in. It's not a booster one. It's not the Trick or Trade because there's no Trick or Trade icon. This is the scanned image, so I know it's Lost Origins. Same thing with Blitwick here, and it feeds those through. So once I go through, I can say, okay, here's Colress's experiment. I know it's Lost Origin. I know it's not a Trainer League. Bayonet, Lost Origin. So I can tell it what it is, and then when it's done. And then there's one common problem that I see a lot now with these is that I have to go back into the card and I have to save the card again with Quicklist. And the reason I have no idea. But you'll see that this has like a red border around it. Like if you look at the image, there's a red border around it. If you look at like Lick a Tongue, there's a green border. And this is still an undeclared card. So now I'm saving that card as being what it is. So Litwick, Litleo, Lost Vacuum. And this is part of the problem that I'm having with TCGPlayer's Quicklist is like it doesn't, like I can't save it sometimes. Here's a Ghastly that we need to do. Ghastly's done. But there's some in here that it doesn't tell me this because then I can't save it or submit the list. So I have to run through all of these to make sure that they're saved and that they're accepted correctly, to make sure that I'm actually getting the right one on file. And then once it's saved and everything's open, hopefully here soon it'll do it. Scroll up here and look for more red, which I don't see any at the moment. These A's, yeah, so at the A's. Yeah, so once it's done, then I can save this as a file, save this, hey, I've done my best. It's done and it's ready to go. So that's it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, so that's it. I mean, really, that's honestly all I've been doing the last several days is trying to get all of this moved in. Right, try to get all of my inventory back into space where it's supposed to be, so people will buy it on TCG Player. I only use TCG Player's Direct as a bulk system. Like that's how I sell. I sell most bulk through there. The problem that I'm having is like you got to set the floor at the right level, and then you got to experiment, and that's time consuming. There's also the whole aspect of knowing the game, right, or knowing all the games, so that way you know what people want competitively. Like if they want a specific card for like example, Lost Vacuum is a major playable card from Lost Origin, and because rotation's occurring in the next couple of weeks with Pokemon specifically, the cards and the standard format they leave, and a new standard format comes. So people are right now they're like in this lull, like they're in like the 2 to 4 week lull where they're trying to figure out, hey, what cards are supposed to work well, what cards are not going to work well, what's going to be good for my deck, what's not going to be good. And then you've got the last set of stuff that's coming out, which is Temporal Forces in next week. So with Temporal Forces, that'll be a legal standard. That standard will be legalized for play in April's regionals. So we'll see. But yeah, buy my stuff at cardfathertcg.com. See ya.